I just just before we start with the questions, I just want to follow the lead of the other coaches who have spoken before me about the moment silence before the game and bringing awareness to what is becoming pretty horrifying topic, I guess. I look at some of the stats and something needs to change. I really applaud the AFL for bringing awareness to the situation, and like if we can create conversations and, like I said, awareness through something as simple as moment silence before the game, I think it's a step forward. We need change. Enough's enough. We've got wife, daughter, colleagues. We need to make sure we look after the women in this country. So, enough's enough. Any questions?
Must be happy.
I thought we were really professional with the way we went about it today. We had a plan that we wanted to stick to. It got a little bit hairy there during the third quarter, where we became a little bit unpredictable and gave them a few goals and a bit of territory. But I thought largely we played a pretty mature brand of footy. I thought we were good in the contest and thought we used the ball in a way that allowed us to score. And like I said here, I thought we were mature with the way we went about it.
Pleasing was the way Josh stepped up, kicked 4 goals, was a presence, it felt like, for a lot of that game.
Yeah, well, pleasing that he's continued his good form. He's been a presence for us all year. He's doing a great job ahead of the ball, competing and at least getting it to ground for us. He went on a bit of a run there and kicked 3 in a row, which was good to see, because it's good to see him get some reward for effort. He's grown before our eyes. He's doing a super job.
Justin, obviously 8 rounds in, long way to go, all those sorts of things, but how satisfying is it to be back in this position inside the 8 after everything went down a year ago?
Yeah, it is. I mean, sometimes you have to take a few of those bumps and bruises along the way to be able to learn some lessons, and feel like this year we've become a much more consistent team. Probably one game you could say that we let ourselves down, but outside of that we've been really consistent with the performance, really consistent with our method, and a lot of those lessons were learnt last year when we didn't quite get that right. So it's pleasing. There's still a long way to go and still some tough challenges ahead. So we've
what area have you seen the biggest involvement in Hayden Young?
Sorry, go again.
What area have you seen the biggest involvement in Hayden Young as a footballer, from the half back to goal kicking mid?
Goal kicking mid. It's probably just picked up where he left off last year. When we put him in midfield, it didn't take much to learn our structures and become a part of the midfield. And then he's had a pre-season, so he's probably just evolved in all areas. I love the way he competes. He really embraces the physical side of being a midfielder, and he gives us something different with ball in hand. Left footer, long kick. He hit the scoreboard today. One of those was as a forward, so we put him down forward for the first time and kicked a couple late, so it's easy down there, he said. But he's become a real important part of our midfield, and don't feel like we rely on one or two in there. And someone different bobs up each week. So he's playing a pivotal role.
What are the statements in the field that you can take 5 out, Johnson in, change Young's role, and they dominate the clearance?
Well, like I said, we've got some depth, and we've been playing more inside mids in our team, and that forces Jono to the wing for the first 6 rounds, and Jager outside as well. So rearranged the seats in the boat a little bit. So Jono got his look inside and did a great job, and he's been waiting for that opportunity. So when you have to wait, when you get it, it's become really desperate. And I thought he played with great intensity today, and Jager got a bit more of a look in there as well because he took Jono's role. So I thought we didn't really miss a beat, even though it probably wasn't a heap of stoppages, especially mid stoppages in the game. It tends to be the way against Richmond, but I thought when they got the opportunity, they were really, really good, and they obviously worked together and set the stoppage up really well, and that allowed them to hunt and get us a bit of field position out of there. So Jono played his role in that.
Just with the decision on that, was it in part due to the depth that you've got in the break and the decision to also to draw
Yeah, well,
At those points.
We've got a 5-day break coming up, so there's always a bit of an eye to that. And the last thing you want to do is be disrespectful to the team you're playing. So it's a balance with that, and we want to be proactive with Fifey so that we're not waiting for him to break down before he gets a rest. Like, just be counterintuitive. So I think we've always earmarked this game. He wanted to play. I wanted to leave him out. A bit of a middle ground. Made him sub, hoping that he'd get on late in the game, and we'd be able to get another person out. And we're fortunate that we're up in the scoreboard and we're able to get Sean off because he's had some difficulties with that knee, and he's still on his way back. And giving him lower game time going into a 5-day break is ideal. So fortunate that it worked out the way it did.
Isn't that understanding of that sort of stuff at this stage of his career, or does he just absolutely hate it?
No, he's understanding. He's understanding. He's just getting himself back to his best form, where he's really trusting himself and trusting the work and feeling really comfortable out there again in all situations. So he wants to keep it rolling, but he understands it's a long season. Well, no one really understands better than him. It's a long season, the amount of injuries he's had and knocks and bumps he takes along the way. So he understood it.
Is Darcy hurt at all?
No, he should be right. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a tight calf, but the plan was to always get him out of the game. So as soon as he had a little bit of tightness, it was easy to pull the trigger.
You've sub Young with the hammy and he played the next week. You've had Drake with the hammy and he played the next week. Are you focusing now on, if there's any doubt at all in games, get blokes off?
Depends when. Like the middle of the third quarter, it's ideal to bring a sub on. Draper last week probably wasn't a call from me, given we were playing a team that had 3 tall forwards. That was genuine concern by the medicos. That was a little bit different. We're a bit fortunate we dodged a bullet there, and Youngie was later in the game, so that was pretty easy.
Is that a big positive then for the change in that sub rule? Just the flexibility it's given clubs?
Yeah, well, not just the flexibility. It evens up the game. If a team loses a player, well, then and then the sub comes in, you're still 22 v 22 when you get a bit of a disadvantage at times. So I don't mind it in that sense.
End of the game is a bit weird with Jai. I feel like there were blokes trying to look after him from your perspective throughout the game. Did you have any concerns about how he was being treated at different points?
Oh yeah, I've got big concerns the way he's been treated all year. Yeah, and we've gone to the umpires asking for a bit more protection from Jai. He had a concussion a couple of weeks ago against West Coast, and then missed last week, obviously, with that concussion. And some of the treatment he got behind the ball today. I understand that defenders need to block runs and all that type of thing. But that incident late, it's not ideal. And I feel like he's been manhandled at times and throughout the year. And we need to look after those type of players. Opposition defenders see that he's a little bit lighter framed and he's young, and the only way they can stop him is get him in those wrestles and sometimes take it across the line. So in those situations, the umpires need to interpret those situations and stop it, because defenders will keep getting away with as much as they're allowed to get away with. AFL footballers are very smart, so it will continue that with the AFL. That we need to look after him, because I'm concerned at times that he's going to get injured.
How's he handling?
He's fine. There's water off a duck's back for him. He's a really composed kid who just gets on with the next moment, whether it be during the week, next game to game, or in game. Really balanced, really mature, and understands what's coming his way. But I feel like as a coach and as a club, we've got to look after him.
Have you got the reception you wanted from the AFL and the umpires when you've come expressing the concerns? Have they said, we'll look at it?
I wouldn't say we've got the result we wanted yet, no. But we'll keep in dialogue with them. And keep showing them some of the situations where we feel like he's getting manhandled.
As an aspirational side, you're in the 8 now, Sydney next week. You get starved of opportunities at the G. How important is a win here, whether it be finals or one?
I don't really look at it as we get starved. We just embrace the opportunities we do get here and look forward to them. And our players clearly love playing here, like all players do. So, yeah, we think we've got a pretty good record here. I think that's 4 of our last 5 we've won here. So, yeah, definitely enjoy coming here if you're winning. So, yeah, happy with that.
And the challenge Sydney presents.
Yeah, well, they present a challenge all over the field, don't they? Their offence is strong, their defence is strong, and their contest is good, and that's why they're sitting on top of the ladder. So, 5-day break. Really looking forward to the challenge next week against a team that sits top of the ladder. So, boys are buzzing about it.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you.